Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Islanders Never Say Die podcast. I'm your host, SunX, and with me today, as always, is our NHL analyst and expert, the grumpy old man. They say there's no shame to his game because he's always the same.
That's me.
That is right, Grumpy. So before we get into the show today, let me go over a little bit of housekeeping. First, if you guys enjoy the content over here, and even if you don't, please like, subscribe, turn on notifications, and comment, so we can juice that algorithm and get this podcast out to as many people as possible. We want everybody watching, everyone watching. We usually shoot to have this show every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A little late today. And then if you do enjoy the content over here and you want to go check us out, we have another channel, another podcast called the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast. And that show is every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Isn't that right, Grumpy?
I don't like your laissez-faire, the way you say things. It's like you're just going through the motions. There's no change of inflection in your voice. They say, for those who care, and even if you don't, it's just like you need to sell it. You need to go a little bit back and forth with that. Pretend like, hey, it means something to you, not like you're just reading off a piece of paper.
I'm just happy I got the intro right.
Yeah, but the inflection's all wrong.
Oh my God. Always critique. Always critique.
Until you get better. Yes, it's correct.
How can I be better than the best?
You're not better than anything right now.
Oh, had you stumbling over your words? I'm the best.
Terrible.
I'm the best around. Nothing's ever going to keep me down. All right.
Okay, Machio.
That's right. We had 4 games since our last show, Grumpy.
But that's not even the biggest news that happened.
That is not the biggest news that happened.
What was the biggest news that happened, X? What happened? Now, are we talking about our other show? Did you mention that too? Was that part of your?
I did. I said that we.
Oh, I'm sorry. It was so drab.
Holy,
it was so drab that I didn't even know.
Thanks for paying attention. Thanks for playing, Grumpy.
It was so drab that I didn't even know. It was just like blank wall. It's like.
By the way, Grumpy, in case you didn't realize, we are doing a show right now. So.
No, I said about Sunday show with the DJ.
I know you weren't paying attention. So that's why I wanted to let you know.
I said, it was so bland and dull.
Okay.
And I couldn't even. No one picks up on it. You're like white noise.
Yes. Okay. Long story short, yes, I did reference the other show, which is called the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man podcast, and that is every Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And we want people to click the like button. Why?
To juice the algorithm. Grumpy, I did this already.
And even if they like this program, so in other words, if they like the show, and even if they don't.
I said that.
No, but you said it. You see how I did a little bit different? You see that? I just noticed it's like you're mailing it, and you're mailing in the intros right now. It's not acceptable, X. You need to get better.
Grumpy, I'm about to mail you a knuckle sandwich here in a minute.
Oh, you're so tough. You're mighty tough when you're not here stealing food from my house.
I am tough.
Mighty tough when you're not here stealing food and drink from my house.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Do we want to go over the big news?
Well, first thing, I wanted to let people know that, no, I have not gotten a present for my birthday from X yet. I just wanted to let everyone know.
Oh, my God.
That I still have not gotten a present. I did get a gift.
Hold on. Let me ask one question. Have you told anybody what you want for your birthday? There's actually something I think I'm just going to get you for your birthday, and you can enjoy it or not.
What's it going to be? A coupon?
Nope, not a coupon.
It's going to be a coupon for a hug?
It is a piece of paper, though. Well, actually, it'll probably be electronic, but
electronic piece of paper.
Not a piece of paper, but electronic.
I don't even know what you're talking about, X. No, I'm sure there's things I can give you some things, but I just want to let people know. So this way you're not attacked in the comments. Oh, has X gotten you a birthday present yet? We know it took him 5 months to get your Father's Day gift. I didn't want them to attack you for not sending me anything, so I figured I would tell them right off the bat. So this way you don't have to start all those comments.
So in case oh my God.
Son X says a bad son.
I start all the comments. So, if even if they're bad about me, I don't like, Grumpy's like, oh, he plays favorites. No, I start everything. Even if it makes me look bad, I'll still start. I don't care.
And I just want to let people know that, if my voice sounds a little different, I've had a cold. That's one thing about having a granddaughter is that you catch all those little colds. So, and it's my own fault because I give her smoochies all the time. I love to give her little kisses. So, and she's like a little petri dish. all those, and her, and then the little posse of rugrats that she goes to daycare with. They're all diseased. My little baby's not, but all the rest of them, I look at them, they're a weedy bunch, except for my little granddaughter. She's spectacular.
Oh my God. Okay. All right.
But
Anyway,
like I said, the downside is I catch all those little colds.
oh,
So there you go.
we get it. We get it. We get it. The
How
big
you
news,
feeling, X?
Grumpy.
I heard you hurt your back carrying bottles of water out from my house to bring to your house. Is that correct?
I did injure my back. I don't know how I did it, but I did injure my back. Yeah.
Stealing food from my house.
We're recovering. Actually, probably it was stored. It was stored in my gut when I was leaving.
Oh my goodness gracious.
But anyway, the big news, Grumpy, is it now? Hold on. You tell me what your big news is. I want to make sure that's the same thing I'm thinking of.
Well, I'm talking about the 1-game suspension of Mat
Yes.
Barzal.
Yes.
Go ahead. What do you have anything on that? Do you want to tell us what happened with that in that regards?
Yeah. So he was late getting to, I think it was practice or training. So they decided to sit him out a game. Wah did, and I'm backing Wah on that 100%. You have to set an example for the rest of the team, regardless of who you are. You don't follow the rules, you're getting benched. Period. 100% on board for that.
No problem with that at all.
Yep.
No problem at all.
Nobody's bigger than the team.
Absolutely. And they came out and said that that's the culture, which makes me wonder, was that not the culture previously?
Well, I know Barzal even came in and apologized and said that he accepted, the terms. Like, he had no issue with it. He's like, yeah, it was my fault. I messed up. He's like, I accept it. So
yeah, my question is, Patrick Waugh was there last year and a half a year the year before, I believe. Was that not the culture last year? You show up late. I mean, it sounds like maybe it wasn't.
Maybe that's a Darsh special. He comes in, changes up the culture, Grumpy.
I just think it's called accountability. But the bigger question is, was that? It's not like Patrick Waugh wasn't there last year, or half of the year before either, right? So were you allowed to show up late then? I don't know. Lamarillo certainly must have known about it. Did he not care? Did he not run a tight enough ship?
I think he was checked out. He was worrying more so, what can I do to keep my job?
Him, Lamarillo?
Yes.
I don't know what he was worried. Probably where his next meal was coming from, or where his next stool softener is, or whatever.
How is he gonna provide to get food on the table without being Highlanders?
How's he gonna keep his son employed after he's been fired? Maybe those are the bigger things he had to worry about. But that was the first thing I thought. It's like, well, that it's the culture here. Well, I don't know if it was a culture before or not.
I don't know. I'm just happy that they did that. I think that was a great move.
Agreed.
Even though it didn't turn out well for us on the scoreboard, it was still the right play.
Yeah, I mean, the games issue don't mean anything to me, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean, we're not going to be contending for anything, but if that's what I'm just kind of astounded with this group that we have to say, that's what we want our culture to be accountable. Was that not the case before? And I think that's a fair question to ask when they come out and volunteered that. It's not like I said, it's always been like that around here. You miss a bus. They specifically said, it was a culture thing for them.
Yeah.
And, that, everyone's accountable and blah, 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 which I'm 100% on board for. No problem at all with that. Yeah. But I just thought it was interesting. I just wonder if that was not the case before.
I mean, I think judging by how they described it, it probably wasn't. But yeah, I'm telling you, I think it's Darsh. Darsh comes in, changes the culture up immediately.
I don't think it has anything to do with Darsh.
And I was going to say, to kind of jump off what you said about the games, the only thing I really care about in the games, I mean, obviously, like, a part of me wants them to win, but then a part of me is like, okay, think big picture, look towards the future. But all I care about is Schaefer getting points and scoring goals and getting assists. That's it.
I don't know.
He's the most fun thing to watch on the entire team.
Now, you've been watching the games. I know you've been watching the games.
Yep.
And I don't know how much. I know. Do you watch on your phone, or how do you watch the games?
No, I'll pull it up on my computer.
Okay.
Typically.
Can you tell whenever he touches the puck, the crowd's like, ah?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, it's noticeable.
Yep.
It's like when he gets the puck,
excited.
particularly on that power play. There's like you can hear a swell of, I don't want to say emotion, but anticipation maybe from the fan base. And he's been good. He's been good. Just as advertised, he's going to be here the full year. While we were gone, I believe he played his 10th game of the season. So he's not going back down to juniors. He's burned a first year off of a ZLC. And we're up and running. Also,
I mean, would you send the leading goal scorer out of defenseman in the NHL back down? I wouldn't.
No, he can't go back down now. He's played.
I know. I'm just saying. Would you have before he played the 10th game? I wouldn't.
No, he deserves to be up. He's the best player on the team. He deserves to be up, no doubt about it. Selfishly, of course, I wanted him to, play. Okay. I don't think any of us knew how good he really was
until he started watching him play in the NHL. Yeah,
until we saw him play in the NHL to know he's ready. He's ready.
And it's like crazy. I'm like, think about the position he's in, like, because he's 18. An 18-year-old kid is out here
just turned 18,
lighting it up in the most difficult league in his sport.
Yeah.
It's just nuts to think about it like that. Just crazy.
And I took notes on the last few games, which we'll get to as we go on in the show. But one thing we've seen when it comes to Matthew Schaefer, we see a lot of teams starting to take runs at him.
Oh yeah. Do you want me to pull that up?
Well, you can pull one up in a second. I don't know if it shows the full clip or not. We're going to talk about last night's game against Boston, which inexplicably Boston sucks. And that's why I said the results don't matter much to me because like I said, we lost to the Canes, right? And, the Canes were down their top 3 defensemen were out. And they played a third string goalie and they still beat us handily. Okay, let's take a look at this right here. Courtesy of Isles Den. I don't know if they're friends of ours or not. I think they are, but I don't know. As we know, as everyone knows, I'm really not on Twitter much.
Yep. And Isles Den says Nikita Zadorov attempts to make himself and his team important while losing a hockey game to the New York Islanders. And we do know the outcome of that game. They did not end up losing, but we'll just play it here. Do you want the volume on or off, Grumpy?
I don't care. Doesn't matter. Now, here's Matthew. He's really hanging on to that stick for dear life. And Zadorov roughed the kid up a little bit. And then he punched him right in the face. What's the thing I like, though?
Anthony Duclair immediately jumps on him right after.
And Anders Lee. Instantaneously. Yes. Yep. They're like, that's not happening. Yeah. That is not happening to our guy.
They had an interview with Duclair after that period, and he went ahead and said, he's like, like the whole team is on board about protecting him. He's like, and that goes for any of our guys, obviously, but he's like, don't mess with him. Pretty much is what he said. He's like, it just so happened I was the closest guy there, but he's like, I'm not letting him run him.
Yes,
that's not happening.
Absolutely, and that has to happen. That has to happen. And kudos to the Islanders. Absolutely, no problem at all with what they did. No problem at all. That's the response that you want from the Islanders.
Exactly. Protect him. You hit him, you mess with him, you're going to get run.
He's special, right?
Yep.
I mean, think about he's good this at 18. What's he going to be like when he's 20 and 21? Remember, he only played 22 games last year, 17 in the Ontario Hockey League and 5 games in tournaments. So really, he's still just developing. But what's he going to be like in 2 years?
Think about he's already the highest scoring defenseman currently in the league.
Well, I think he's got the most goals. I don't know if he's no points.
Well, I was just said scoring. Scoring I meant as in goals. Yeah, he's got the most goals out of any defenseman in the league currently.
And it's not like they're all pretty. He's got
got some lucky tap ins. Some lucky bounces to him. Yep. The lucky bounce goal.
But you know what? I'm going to say this.
When you're hot, you're hot, though.
I'm going to say when you're a special player, good things happen for you. It's like
Yep.
you get the bounces,
Yep.
you get the rolls, and it's just part of being special, I think. A lot of it has to do with that. I also wanted to mention one other thing, before we get too much off on a tangent here. We had Callum Ritchie came up and has been with the Islanders since that suspension for Mat Barzal that one game, and he's been playing. And I think Matt Gatcombe was the guy who was sacrificed and is down to minors. Callum Ritchie is okay. He's more of a middle six center at this point in time. I'm not going to say he can't be better, but I don't think he's a great skater right now. He looks like he's certainly big enough, but he's not there yet. He's not there yet. This is what most young guys look like when they come. They don't look like Matt Schaefer. They don't look like him. They look like Callum Ritchie. And I'm not saying Callum Ritchie's been, awful, but he's still learning. That's why I want him to play in Bridgeport all the time in every single situation.
Yep.
He's just kind of right now. He should be the number 3 center. That's who he should be. That's what he should be. But I don't think he's stood out. There have been bursts where he's looked good, but consistency just isn't there yet. And he's just not there yet.
You got to give him time, though.
Yeah, we got to give him time. But all the hype over Cal Ritchie, maybe we
saying
just
it's not, has not been lived up to yet.
We'll just ease up off the gas a little bit. That's all I'm going to say. But like I said, if you're moving JG Pajot and this is your way to get him acclimated with the team before Pajot gets traded, you want to do that, I'm fine with it. I didn't know what to expect, but it's not like he's been tremendous for them so far. But it's only small sample size, and I'm not burying him by any stretch of the imagination, but he certainly would benefit from more games in the AHL, which he looked really good in the AHL when he was there. But it's a big leap from the AHL to the NHL. So just for anyone who says, "Oh man, Richie sucks," no, we're going to give him a little bit of rope. Give him a little bit of rope, but he's just not there yet, which it's understandable. Okay, X. Now, do we want to what do we want to do next? X.
Do you want to discuss the games that were played?
I can do just a couple of brief rundown, just some observations for the games. Like I said, the Canes game, which was last Thursday, I believe, was Thursday, Friday,
It
Sunday.
was October 30th.
So it was a Thursday. Yeah. It was a Thursday game, and then a back-to-back with Washington on Friday, then a Sunday afternoon game against Columbus, and then yesterday against Boston. We played the Canes, and as I mentioned earlier, in Raleigh, and the Canes were playing their third-string goaltender. They had three of their top 3 defensemen out, and they beat us, I think, 5-2.
It was 6-2.
6-2. Okay. Well, I think one was an empty net, right?
Empty net. Yeah.
Okay. Competitive portion. It was 5-2, right? And Rittich was not great in that game. I think he gave up 3 weak goals. But I mean, as bad as he looked, man, the Islanders defense just standing around a lot.
They always do.
A lot. I mean, Romanov came back. He had an absence for a while with the lower body injury. He's as bad as he was before the injury, as bad as he is during the injury. What's the difference? I'm sure he could have played, even with the injury, he would have looked just as bad as he has all season, all year, his whole Islanders career. And again, the Islanders penalty kill, and there's going to be a common refrain when I go through these games. Their penalty kill is horrific.
Yes. Okay. I was about to say the same exact thing. They give up goals all the time whenever the other team's on a power play. All the time. All the time. It's bad.
The best chances in that Hurricanes game were from the Hurricanes when the Islanders were on the power play. And just to show I'm being fair about Romanov, he had 2 big hits, like within a 2-minute span. Absolutely big open ice hits. And that's what he does best, right? He's a hitter. Fans like that. you know what he doesn't do? He doesn't play defense. I mean, that's the biggest concern. Always been my biggest concern with him. He doesn't play any defense. He's horrible positionally. He doesn't move his feet. Terrible. And one thing I noticed about the Hurricanes playing, they had like a bunch of young defensemen. And Mike Riley, formerly the Islanders, who I said, man, we should sign Riley back. I've never been a fan of Riley, but with the way the Islanders defense was going into this offseason, I'm like, Matt Riley on the cheap would be a good signing, a good depth signing.
Mike Riley. Sorry,
Mike
you said
Riley.
Matt. Yeah.
Did I say Matt? Okay, I'm sorry.
Matt.
Mike Riley would have been a good depth signing, somebody who could fill in. Had a goal and assist against the Islanders. They asked him, he says, did you want to go back to the Islanders? He's like, well, they had no interest in bringing me back at all. I mean, look who they got. They got Romanoff playing on that team. They got Tony DeAngelo playing on that team.
I mean, Mike Riley only had a goal in that game.
He had an assist also.
Nope, he had 1 point.
Thanks for fact checking me, X. I'll tell you what. I know. I appreciate you fact checking me, but it's like, you know, you can't get your own shit straight, but you got to make sure you fact check me. You like your mother that way.
I'm trying to help you out. I don't need other people railing on you in the comments.
They let me grow. They let me roll a little bit. That's okay. And most of them are like me. I can't even think back. They can't even think back to a week ago.
I will say that was a while ago, so I'm cutting you slack. I was just letting you know.
Yeah, you're cutting me slack just to let you know it was not a goal.
I was trying to help you.
Thanks. I appreciate it. I have no problem with you doing that, by the way. Okay. But the Canes' young defense was terrible in that game. Terrible. They were like a Pez dispenser, just boop boop boop, popping pucks right in front of the net. Islanders couldn't capitalize as usual, right? And I want to say that that this was the first game where I thought that Schaefer was outmatched physically a little bit against the Hurricanes. Remember, they're really, really aggressive on the forecheck. They lay the body. They're not a super big team, but they finish their checks all the time. He was out physical, particularly by Svechnikov and Taylor Hall, and Jarvis, who's smaller than him, knocked him on his keister. And again, the Islanders were dominating the third period of that game, which has been a common refrain for this in this season so far. It's a carryover from the last couple of years, honestly. For whatever reason, it seems like the third periods are tough for us, particularly if we have a lead.
Can't close out.
Can't close out. And I don't know if you remember, and then we'll go to the Capitals game real quick. Last week we talked about, is Ilya Sorokin? What's wrong with Ilya Sorokin? Well, nothing, because he single-handedly beat the Capitals in that game. He was spectacular. Kept us in the game in that first period. Probably should have been 3-4 nothing. Mm-hmm. And he was great. And the Islanders wound up winning that game. He was sensational early.
He had 22 saves for a 0.957 save percentage.
And here's my comment in the first period. The Islanders were out everything against the Capitals in first. I mean, even drinking water off the bench, Capitals beat them to the water bottle. I mean, it was just terrible, terrible, terrible. And the first goal was because Emil Henneman was over pursuing at the freaking blue line, and it leads right to the opening goal. These are just some things. And the Pajot goal was offsides. I don't know how that goal did not get overturned, but JG Pajot was offsides in that game. But the Islanders won a game they absolutely should have lost. That's fine. We're just going to put 2 points in the book. That's fine. The Columbus game, and like I said, we're briefly going through these with the exception of last night's. I had more comments about last night's because there were a lot more things that happened. The Columbus game, I thought the Islanders, probably their best period of the year was that first period against Columbus. They outplayed them by a ton.
They were so lucky in that third period of that game.
True.
Oh my God.
The Columbus was on the second half of a back-to-back on the road, no less, which I thought was interesting. I mean, if you have a back-to-back, those should almost be home games, don't you think? Be a little bit more fair. And that's for every team in the league. If you're playing a back-to-back, I think you should probably be, in the most instances, home games.
You know what those games kind of feel like to me? It's like in NFL when you have a division rival and you're playing them as a home game, but your game is overseas in a different country.
Yeah.
That's what it feels. That's what those games kind of feel like to me, where it's like you're playing a division rival, so that's one of your 2 games that you have to play against them in that season.
What game?
And
What game are
then
you talking about? You wouldn't be talking about Kansas City Chiefs and the Chargers, are you?
I think I am talking about the Chiefs and the Chargers.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Roll with it, X. Roll with it, X. Roll with it.
It's just BS. You cannot have a team that's, I guess, well, I'll just say it with football. You can't have a team that's a division rival and your home game that you have is in another country. I'm sorry. And majority of the fans there are Chiefs fans. It's ridiculous.
I agree. I agree. I'll go with you on
ridiculous. And I guess it's kind of the same thing with like, I mean, I don't know. I guess it's like the same thing with like teams that are usually like not great is, you know, fans of other teams. If it's a big team, they'll travel to those games and watch them. And it's like, okay, is this really even a home game? Majority of the people who are here watching the game are cheering for the other team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that now I'm going to say the last 5 minutes of that Islanders Columbus game was frantic, phonetic, whatever you want to call it. It was great hockey, right? Particularly if you're an Islanders fan, just the Islanders trying to get that tying goal and a game that they deserved to win, right? Second period, Islanders were dominant. First period, Columbus got the better of the action. The second, the third was back and forth. Columbus takes a 2-1 lead, and then
Islanders took like what the last 40 seconds of the game, scored twice.
It was nuts. Within 29 seconds in the last minute of the game, and I mean the crowd, the
went insane. It was nuts.
UBS Arena.
Yeah, UBS Arena. Yeah,
it was rocking.
Yes,
when you see the camera on TV shaking like that, the crowd is so into it. Those are great.
That was a great game to watch. That was a great game to watch. A great finish right at the end. It's like, I know we're rooting for them to lose, but still at the same point in time, you can't help but be happy about that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just that, I mean, I thought
it's like, holy cow.
Yeah. I mean, nuts. it was great, right?
Oh yeah.
And I mean, Schaefer gets the goal that he just flips the puck towards that. He's so good at putting shots on target also. And he takes a shot, it gets deflected up top by somebody, and then it was a double deflection, and then the Columbus guy deflects it into the net, and then Holmstrom scores a goal that I don't even know how he scored it, and the goalie was so pissed he led. That was a weakie by Merzlankins, and the Islanders come away with a win that they deserved. Let's be honest, right? If they would have lost, as much as they were outplayed when they beat Washington, if they would have lost to Columbus after playing as well as they did, that would have been a shame. Yeah. That's just how it goes sometimes, which leads us to the Boston game. Okay. I think Washington is a good team. We know Carolina is a good team. And I think Columbus is a much better, younger team also. You wouldn't know that by watching today's game with Columbus and Calgary. But Boston's bad. And Elias
playoff down, baby.
I don't think so. Elias Lindholm, I think they lost 7 in a row before playing the Islanders. Elias Lindholm just went out. He's one of their better players. He plays with Pasternak. And he's been good this year for them. He's really positionally sound. I mean, he's getting paid too much money, too much term. That's neither here nor there. But he's one of their better players. He's out for a period of time. How do I know he's out? He's on my fantasy team. So I got to carry him on injured reserve, right? But he's good. They're a bad team, though. They're absolutely a bad team.
They're good.
And just the fact that the Islanders were dominated in the first period by the Bruins, just totally dominated. Islanders only had 3 shots on goal.
Yes.
And Swayman gives up a puck. The first goal he gave up on declare. It's like, dude, you got to make that save. You know, and when the announcers are saying, oh, yeah, it's going to – and I always watch the other telecasts. I know what the Islanders are going to say. Actually, they're better now without Butchie on color commentary most of the time. It's most of a rah-rah thing where Hickey is much better. Thomas Hickey is much better being fair and honest.
Yeah, I like him.
I do too. He's good. He's good in that role. He is. But I like listening to the other team's perspective, particularly when they're talking about our players. Everybody gushes about.
Well, you have to. You got to toe the company line. You can't say anything negative about the team. You know.
Right, but you know when they're talking about the Islanders, meaning the other broadcasts. I find that now, and they're all homers too. Not
Oh
always
yeah,
homers, but most of them are
for
homers.
their guys. Yeah,
Yeah, most of Pittsburgh is not. I think Pittsburgh's really good. We can talk about that when those teams come up. But Boston's also very good, being fair and critical of their own team. But they all talk about Matthew Schaefer, right? Everybody does. And I don't know if they're doing their homework or somebody just, oh yeah, Matthew Schaefer, these are his stats. Say something about him because there's no one else to talk about in the Islanders. Maybe that's what they do. But they all gush over Matthew Schaefer, and I just thought it was interesting how, when Swayman gives up that first goal, it's like, oh, he's got to make that save. That's when he wants back, blah, blah, blah. And then I looked at, and just random notes. Aldo's penalty kill is still terrible.
it is bad.
It's horrible.
And that's the thing is they'll score a goal, they'll go up, they'll take a dumb penalty, and then immediately game's tied up.
And I put down the defense pairings that are on the ice when I'm marking down. They're terrible. That's why I like to watch it where I can DVR it, go back and forth. Who's the useless defenseman? Oh, hold on. Number 28's out there. Oh, terrible. It was Mayfield and Romanoff were out there. And I thought that the refereeing, we really don't rip the refereeing much on the show, X, just in case. I mean, I know you do, and everything you do, the referee is always at fault for everything. It's the reason why I'm surprised we're even allowed to breathe on the planet without the referees, as far as you're concerned. But we don't rip the refereeing. I thought the refereeing in last night's game was just, I didn't like it. We had a couple of penalties called against us that they called cross checks, one on Mayfield, one on Schaefer, which even the Boston guy said those really aren't cross checks. It's more like just little shoves, and the guy loses balance. I thought there were some bad calls. But the one thing that bothers me the most, and you see it game after game, night after night, where years ago this was not a problem. You hit a guy with a good, clean body check, and it starts a fight.
Yeah.
Scott Mayfield laid a body check in open ice, clean, and it starts a brawl. Well, not a brawl, but starts fights. I'm sorry, it's a clean body check.
The game has changed.
The game has changed.
Open ice hits lead to fights. They just do big open ice hits lead to fights.
Or if you hit a guy and he goes down and he's hurt, it's like, oh, well, that's a reason to fight. No, dude. Sometimes the guy puts himself in a bad position. He gets hit.
It just happens.
Yeah. I mean, Scott Mayfield was not a dirty shot. I didn't think the Islanders. I know the Islanders are not a dirty team, but it was a clean hit, and the overreaction, and it just sent me on, like, I was yelling. The warden was getting upset. I'm like, it's not a penalty. It's not a reason to start a fight because a guy gets hit with a body check. It is a contact sport. I hate to tell you. And we talked about the Zadorov cheap shot on number 48. And I love the reaction. Yep. I love the reaction by Duclair, who's not a big guy, immediately, and captain below average, Anders Lee. The only negative I wanted to see is, man, Schaefer's holding on to that stick for dear life.
I don't really think he's holding on to the stick, though.
Okay. Take a look. Let it roll. Look at. He's got his stick. He's got his stick.
He's not. He's got his arm tucked around it. He's holding it with his wrist. It's not like he's gripping the stick.
Okay. It's between his. He knew what he was doing. I'm going to give him more credit than you are. You think it was just that? He's absolutely holding his stick, X. He's absolutely holding his stick. And you know what he got?
Okay, here's the thing. He doesn't have a grip. How is it possible he's holding his stick and the other guy's stick?
He knows where his stick is. He knows that other stick. He's trying to impede the guy. He knows what he's doing, and he gets a fist in the mush for his trouble.
You're going to say that this stick is in his hand?
He's absolutely holding his stick. He absolutely is. He is, dude. It's on his back. He knows
it's around his wrist.
Oh, he's got it like this. He knew what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He takes the first shot, and he's grabbing onto that stick. And he's like, I'm not letting it go. He knew exactly what he was doing, and he takes a shot in the mush, which was and there's good for Anthony Duclair once again. He's like, yeah, the puck popped out. I don't give a shit. I'm going after Zadorov. congratulations to Captain Quit jumping in there. I mean,
Boom.
boy, he really had
He
to jump
jumped
up.
on him.
He had to jump up to ride piggyback on Zadorev. But
Yeah,
I
that was
liked it.
funny. They jumped up
I
on him.
liked it. You like to see that from your players, right? Absolutely,
Yeah.
you want to see that. Kyle Palmieri has also carried on his underwhelming start of the season. Missed a wide open shot. I don't even know how he missed it, honestly. From where he was, how he misses the net wide open is just beyond my comprehension. Doesn't matter. Boston scores a typical Islanders goal, one of those fluky, bouncing around bodies, and somehow it pops to a guy on the side of the net and it goes in. Goal to make it 1-1. Sorokin, once again, excellent in this game as well. And
the third goal, I thought he was bad on, though. The third goal, I thought he was bad on.
Well, I'm getting to it. Actually, I'm getting to everything here.
Okay.
There was a goal, and just to show once again that I am, critical of some players, but when they do things well, I want to talk about it. Excellent forecheck in the neutral zone by Emil, the Eel, which turns into a nice pass and shot from Barzal to Bo to make it 2-1. That was all set up by a nice intervention in the neutral zone by Emil Henneman, which sprung the puck loose, gets it to Barzal, who saucers a nice pass to Bo Horvat, who's shooting like over 20% this year.
Well,
he's got a lot of goals. He's looked good for the Islanders so far. But that was all. It was all because of Emil Henneman on that one. And then you got Schaefer. He just walks through the whole team all by himself.
He's really good.
I mean, I know the game went to overtime, but I mean, in regulation, he's just walking through people.
Well, I was going to say there was a play in overtime where I was like, oh my God. He juked somebody and then just immediately got in right in front of the net. I mean, the goalie made a save on him, but I was just like, holy hell. Like, yeah. I mean, he just looks so much faster than everybody else. His stick handling's really good too. He's the full package. He's good. He's really good.
Yeah. I want to make a comment about Boston at the end. A dumb penalty by Average Anders in the offensive zone led to a power play for the Bruins. Well, you know what that means. 2-2.
Yep.
2-2.
As I said.
And I said, did I mention that the penalty kill is awful for the second time
terrible.
now? And that time it was Pelican Pulak standing around on defense. And as bad as the Islanders were in the first period against Boston, I thought they were much better in the second. Much better in the second. The third period, I said, oh, do I need to remind anyone how bad the penalty kill is? And again, it's Mayfield and Romanoff. I just put Schaefer out there for everything. Because when he's out there, when he's out, well, he doesn't play on the penalty kill, really. You want to know why? Because the other team scores.
They got to give him a break.
And then right after Schaefer took he tapped a guy on the hip. He pushed him a little bit. He falls down. I thought it was a horseshit penalty.
Oh, you talk about the cross check, yeah.
The cross check, which I'm like, dude, that's not a cross check. And even the Boston announcer said it's really not a cross check.
Yeah.
But as soon as that penalty kill is over, Palmieri gets the puck up to Schaefer, bang, right to Horvat, who scores from the top of the dot, at the top of the faceoff circle in the offensive zone. And Schaefer and Swayman just missed that one. That's one he absolutely wanted back. The referees let the teams play, though, in the third period for the most part, because there were a lot of infractions both ways that they let go. The Islanders had a 3-2 lead with that Horvat goal. But then I looked at, there was the third goal. You said it was Sorokin's fault.
I didn't think he made as clean of a save as he could have on it, and it led him to be a little bit out of position because he kind of shifted his body, and he kind of just, I guess he didn't save it as cleanly or didn't kick it out to the right side because he kicks it out to a Boston player, then feeds it right back to the slot for a goal. Well, I just felt like he could have made a better save on it. Okay. That's all.
All I know is D'Angelo and Romanoff were out there on defense.
They didn't, again, yes, I agree. The defenseman did not clear the puck, but at the same point in time,
and D'Angelo just doesn't put a body on a guy who comes right across the net, right across the face, net face, and it winds up being 3-3.
Yep.
That was a Boston outworked them on that goal. That's why
they did.
They just got outworked. So maybe Sorokin didn't kick it to the right side. Okay, the defense didn't do their job because they haven't all year, just not good enough. And then right after that goal, Pelican Pulak gets split with a guy breaking in, and Sorokin makes the save. Or maybe he just deflected it wide. I don't know what it was. But the fact that they let some fourth liner run right through him was just, I'm like, dude, you just got scored on, and like you're caught sleeping in your own end again. Just
Now you're trying to get scored on again.
Yeah. Now, again, I thought Sorokin was fantastic on the night, and he's honestly the only reason we got a point, because he was really good. Okay, you'd say, oh, the third goal, whatever.
That's just my personal opinion on the
Well,
third.
Phil said that too. Phil was critical of Sorokin. He hates Sorokin, though. Hates him.
I'm not saying that he was bad the whole game. I was just saying the third goal, I think maybe he could have done a better job of where he, deflected the puck. That's it. That's all. That was the only criticism I had for him for the third goal.
Boston could have very easily won that game in regulation because the ice was tilted at that point.
Yeah.
After that third, the ice was tilted back in Boston's favor. They call a penalty on McAvoy with like 2 minutes and 15 seconds to go. I'm like, man, considering everything they let go, I thought it was questionable to call him on that. It got us a point, though, even though Boston had the better chances a man down. But here's an observation against Boston, and it was Boston's first road win since the first game of the season this year. So come on, Islanders, you got to do better at home, right? Am I the only one who thinks that Charlie McAvoy is overrated?
Well, he got hurt last year.
I don't care. Care. He was good in that Four Nations Cup. He was good in that.
And he got injured.
I think he's overrated. And I mean, he turned the puck over a lot in this game. He's no Matthew Schaefer. That's all I'm going to say. It's so nice to have a player like Matthew Schaefer, because then you can look down the end of your nose at every other team. Well, you don't have Matthew Schaefer type. I mean, Charlie McAvoy's the big defense. He's the number one defenseman in Boston. And I just think he's overrated. And people in the comments, let me know if you think he's overrated or I'm just full of shit, which anything is possible, honestly. I know he's a boy from, Long Island, or wherever he's from, Howard's Beach. I forget. It's somewhere, I don't know where the Islanders are. I just think he's overrated. I don't think he's overrated. Another overrated guy?
Who?
James Higgins. He's going to be playing in Boston, too. Another guy who's supposed to love the Islanders.
He's a freaking liar.
I love the Islanders.
He's a liar.
He's a liar.
Grumpy, do you want to go into ad read? Do you have it?
I do have the ad read, X. I can go to the ad read. Can you give me a time right
45:31.
45:31. Okay. 45:31. Okay. And then let me know the next time on the next ad read so I can document that one too. Okay. First one is going to be so let's get this one. DraftKings Pick 6. The NBA season tips off, and so does DraftKings' newest fantasy game. DraftKings Pick 6 is the easiest way to play for big wins, with every possession giving you a shot at real money. Here's how to play. Just pick one or more or less on two or more stats to unlock every game upside. Pick 6 is available in Texas, California, Missouri, and more. New DraftKings customers get $50 in bonus picks with just a $5 entry on your first pick set. Don't just watch basketball. Cash in. Download the DraftKings Pick 6 app now and use code THPN. That's code THPN. Play just $5. Get $50 in Pick 6 bonus picks. Make the call. Ride the upside in partnership with DraftKings Pick 6. The crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org in Connecticut. Must be 18 plus. Age and eligibility restrictions vary by jurisdiction. Pick 6 not available everywhere, including New York and Ontario. Void where prohibited. Prohibited. That's it, X.
Prohibited.
One per new customer. Bonus awarded as non-withdrawable. Pick 6 bonus picks that expire in 14 days. Limited time offer. See terms at pick6.draftkings.com/promos. So that's our number one. And X, if you could just give me the time on this next one.
47:31.
Okay. And oops, I keep on hitting the wrong things, X. I don't know why I keep on doing that. Okay, here we go.
Because you're old.
Hockey is back. And this season, DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner, brings you all the speed, skill, and non-stop action you. DraftKings Sportsbook delivers the unmatched intensity of the NHL right to your fingertips, from player props to the thrill of live in-game betting. Oh man, live in-game betting. Every drop of the puck is your shot to win big. I mean, I know people don't listen to us at all, right? I mean, on what to draft, I don't know, but something I wouldn't want to consider. New customers, this one's for you. Bet just $5. If your bet wins, you'll get paid out in $300 in bonus bets instantly. Instantly.
$300. Sounds nice.
$300, X. I mean, if you're going to bet something for Mountains, I mean, I would have anybody, say, hey, I want to bet something the Grumpy Old Man. Certainly not Sun X says about hockey, but I don't think anyone
Schaefer
wants
anytime point. Oh, Boston making the playoffs.
Yeah, like I would say Boston not making the playoffs. I don't know what the odds would be, but that's something that I would certainly bet. Right. I mean, come on. Now, I mean, but if you do like to bet, I mean, if you're into that, I mean, DraftKings is a good place to do it, right? You get those bonus bucks. No problem there, right? You get the 300 bonus bucks for, $5 that you first start. I mean, I think you can do a lot worse than that, right? But light the lamp all season long with DraftKings. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use the code THPN. That's code THPN to turn $5 into $300 in bonus bets. If your first bet wins. In partnership with DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem, call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, pass through of per wager tax may apply in Illinois. 21 plus age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in Ontario. Restrictions apply. Please bet to win. Receive bonus. Bet must win to receive bonus bets which expire in 7 days. Minimum odds required. For additional terms of responsibility, gaming resources, see dkng.com/audio. Limited time offer. There you go. So, hey, if you can do a lot worse than using DraftKings, that's for certain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Right, Grumpy, do we want to get in some comments?
Let's hit some of those comments, X.
Let's do that. Comments, Grumpy.
And I'm going to take a little liquid drink here. One thing when you're not feeling great, it's good to hit a little bit of liquid refreshment here.
A little purple elixir. Yeah. Anyway, X-Pun.
Got to stay hydrated.
X-Pun says, hi, boys, everyone. Ovi hit 900 tonight. Ovi is a stud.
You think he's going to get here to play till 1,000?
Oh, I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it. I just can't see it as happening. I can't see it as happening. I mean, how many years do you think he'd have to? Probably 4, 5?
Probably 3.
At least.
And
Pony Boy Curtis says, yo, boys, what's up? How are we all doing tonight? X, I'm proud of you, bud. Ooh, getting props over here. Slowly but surely, you're becoming a proper Islanders hockey fan. That is correct. I'm trying my best. Staying up to date with the team.
I will say X is watching all the games. He's getting better at it. Remember, he was a total freaking novice.
I was a novice. I know the players now.
You know some of the players?
Some of them. I know some of the names.
Okay, next comment.
Goon says, Sunex, are you proud to be an Islanders fan? Grumpy, was the Jets season over before it began?
The Jets do Jets things. And X, I'll let you answer the first question.
Yeah, I mean, the way that the team's battling, they're fighting, they're winning some pretty awesome games. Especially that Columbus game was pretty sick. So yeah, I'm happy. I'll be even happier in like 2 to 3 years when we're hoisting some hardware. You know what I'm saying?
Wow, hoisting some hardware.
Yeah, buddy. We'll be hoisting some hardware.
Okay. But I just want to hit on the Jets real quick before we move forward. You can leave that Lou Rivera comment. I do want to say something about that. The Jets are a dumpster fire. The Jets do Jets. Remember X? I kind of bought out on the Jets a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I want to honestly. I don't want to talk about the trades that the Jets made, but we could save that for.
You'll talk about that Sunday.
Sunday's show, yeah.
But all I'll say is and you should listen to the Sunday show. Everyone who listens to this one, it's a lot more fun, and X is absolutely more engaged. Absolutely more engaged. I'll just put it to you that way. I have to keep X under control sometimes because he goes off the rails a little bit.
You just need to let me explode one time. Then we'll probably get shut down forever, but it'll be worth it.
The Jets draft all these first-round draft picks, and then they give up on all of them to get more draft picks, which they'll just give up on in a couple of years again. I think Sauce Gardner overrated. I'm stunned with how much they got back for those guys.
Yes, I agree.
Sauce Gardner
and Quinnen Williams.
Quinnen Williams is good. He's really good.
You want to know how many? You want to know how many sacks he has this year?
But that's not his job.
He's a defensive tackle.
He's a D tackle.
One sack.
Okay, but he's a D tackle.
You just trade away Micah.
He's a D tackle. Micah Parsons is a defensive end. That's his job is to control the center of the defense. The guys on the end are the guys who get the sacks. He's really good. He's been an all pro. I mean, they just don't. I don't know if they don't want to pay him. Aaron Glenn, you're done. You're done. Finished. But they draft these guys, first round draft picks, and then they get rid of them. Coach is going to be gone. Who's their GM? Doesn't even matter. He should be gone too. All right. That'll be a Sunday thing.
Yep.
Lou Rivera says, who's Grump going to shit on today?
Ooh, he's already shitted on X. X is a big old steaming pile of poop on top of his head.
That's right.
Got mud running down his back right now.
Oh wow, X.
Yeah.
Okay. Now who did I dump?
Beginning of the show.
I think I dumped on Romanoff. Absolutely.
You did.
Because he blows.
But you gave him props about his two big heads.
But he did. He had a couple of big body. Like I said, so, don't just shit on guys for no reason. Okay?
You shit on me for no reason.
No, you steal my food.
This is how Grumpy feels.
I couldn't care less about the team struggling.
Oh, boy. Hey, I'm glad you've added some new things to that board.
No, it's still the same stuff.
Goon says, Grumpy, are you now officially a Darsh man? Concerning having guests back on the show, should we lift the ban? I don't think there's ever been a ban.
Perma-ban.
Perma-ban. I don't think we've ever had a ban on that.
I'd say Grumpy's on the Darsh train. He's all aboard.
I think no.
Oh my God! He's changed the culture of the team in a positive way.
Okay, I don't think he's changed the culture of the team.
I guarantee. Okay, were they reprimanding players for showing up late last year?
Maybe were guys showing up late last year? That's what I want to know.
I don't know, Grumpy. I've only been a fan of the team for for less than a year so far.
I like some of he couldn't have screwed up the Schaefer pick.
They tried to.
They wanted
to talk him into doing it, and he said no.
No, they wanted to move the other two picks to get Hagens,
yes.
Which I'm like, no. And so far, Victor Eklund has been underwhelming in Sweden this year.
He's playing older guys.
But he's been really underwhelming. So expect him maybe
to not bust out.
No, but would it surprise me if he didn't pan out? No, and not because he's Victor Eklund, but because just the numbers are, everybody doesn't pan out. That's the whole thing. Everybody doesn't pan out. So if you say, he bust out, okay, they got a numbers game. That's why you want as many picks in the first round as you can. The more kicks of the can you have, the better your opportunities for getting players that can be good players you going forward for years and years, right? That's what you want. So, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. We're going to see about Aitchison. He's a few years away too. These guys are a few years away. But I like what they did in the draft. And I didn't mind the Drouin signing, but I don't know. He does a lot of fancy stuff, but he don't put up a whole lot of points. And it says, you know what? I think maybe the reason why he put up so many points last year is because he was playing with Nathan McKinnon. And just from, osmosis, everybody going after McKinnon opened him up to put some points on the board. He's not been, I'm not saying dump 4 million. I don't have I was surprised they brought Captain Quit back in Anthony Duclair. But you know what? I like what he did yesterday. He gets some more leash from me now.
You get some points now.
Leash.
You get some
And
points.
And just to show you, Mr. Lou Rivera, that even though I've been critical of Anthony Duclair, right on when you do something like that, I'm right back on your bandwagon. Let's go. That's what I like to hear from you, Anthony Duclair. Let's keep it going. I don't like the fact he's playing on the fourth line, though. He's not a fourth line guy. He should be in top six. That's what his skill set dictates. Ponyboy Curtis says, boys, I had a bright idea cross my mind the other day. I'd like to know what y'all think about it. I heard Grumpy Old Man saying last pod about how badly TJ wanted to come back to the show. Yeah, he absolutely does. I know he does, but he can't. He can't. Unfortunately, he can't. X, wouldn't you like to have TJ back on the show? I know that's a yes.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see, because his comments were broken up here.
Okay. Boys, I had something cross my mind the other day. I'd like to know what you all think. I know that TJ's current Duclair arc is due to workplace-related stuff. And Grumpy Old Man, I heard you saying last part about how badly he wanted to come back on with all the new and exciting stuff going on with the franchise. I'm not sure if the main reason for his departure is more related to time management stuff. No,
it's not time management.
Yeah. Or if he has more to do with having been given a more lucrative, prestigious position and he can no longer be associated because he wishes to maintain a more distinguished or esteemed reputation in the eye of the public. But if it's more to do with the latter, you guys could possibly bring him on, change his name to PJ or something, and give him like a cartoon avatar in place of him appearing on screen. Might be something to consider, unless it's more of a time-related factor. It's actually more of the previous one.
Yes.
He's not allowed to do any outside things with the job, with the level of his job. That's the main reason. But yeah, he said to me numerous times, man, this is the time
I wish I was on there.
I'm not doing it because you know what? We were proven right. You don't have TJ, right? You know how TJ is, right, X?
Not the fact that he wants to come on here and be with everybody. No, because he wants to cash receipts. That's why. That's the whole. That is him in a nutshell.
He and Phil got into a protracted Islanders text war today.
Oh my.
With the Islanders, and I just I stirred the pot a little bit, which I want to do, but he and Phil going at it like that. Like they're two children when the two of them get together. They really are. Okay. Yeah, Pony Boy, but yeah, TJ absolutely would love to be back on the show. I know it.
Yeah, it's not that he just is done with the show. No, he wants to be back on.
He has commented in. He has occasionally commented in under a pseudonym.
Yeah, we cannot release what the pseudonym.
We cannot release the pseudonym, but he has commented in occasionally as with the pseudonym, just to let you know.
Yes, his alias.
Matthew Sklarov says, "Firex, hire me."
They want me out.
Mark Alberti said, "We might be better than we thought." No.
Okay. The team's almost 500. Did you think that
we're above 500 right now? 6-5-2.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, above 500, my fault. Above 500. See?
But everybody, I mean, how many teams are below 500 in the league? I think only like 3 or 4.
Not many, but I don't know. I was thinking, okay, I guess maybe it's the way that you were selling me on how the team was. I thought we were going to be like brutal bad. Like maybe get a few wins here and there. I think the team's been playing overachieving for me from what my thoughts of what the team was going to be. I definitely think they're overachieving.
This is exactly how the team's looked the last number of years. Just meh.
Okay, but yeah, but I guess it's the sell that you gave me. You were like, they're going to be god awful. They're going to be so bad. They're going to struggle to win games.
That's why I said watch the games.
Yeah.
And make up your own thing. That's why I said to you at the beginning, you need to watch the games and see how they play.
Yeah. Definitely they've played better than I've thought they were going to play. I will say that.
Do you see the Islanders carry the action usually?
No. Usually they always have more shots on goal against them in games, always. But I mean, they managed to find a way to put the puck in the net, though. So I mean, you can't really complain about that. They score goals.
Where are they? Where are they in goals on goals for this year? Where do they rank in goals for this year, X?
I don't know.
24th in the league, maybe bottom third. They're always in the bottom third.
Let's see. Hold on one second. I'll get to another comment and
Yeah.
then
Good evening, gentlemen, says JP. Good evening. Good evening. Gungun says, for the most part, Duclair has been invisible man on the ice. Grumpy as a child was Sun X. More naughty or nice? Sun X was somebody that if you gave him if you scratched him on the finger, he'd cut your arm off with an axe. Always
Best
a little bit of an overreaction to things. But no, he was always nice. I would say the word I would use would be devilish, maybe, when it comes to X.
all right. So we got goals for leaders. The Islanders are currently sitting at 13th. They're
In the league.
13th in the league, yes. They have a total of 13 games played, and they average 3.31 goals for per game.
Okay. I'm just going to look at goals for and goals against. Oh, actually, look at that, X. You're right. They got 43 goals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13. Oh, look at that, X. You know what? They're better than I thought scoring goals.
That's what I said. They're putting the puck in the back of the net. I was like, I don't think you can really complain about that. And that's what I'm saying. I think they're overachieving what I thought they were going to be this year. I thought that you had sold me that they were going to be like this god awful team that couldn't score. Looked like they were holding the team together with chewing gum.
How are they in goals against?
Probably not good. I'm going to
Not
say
so
not
good.
good. I'm going to say not so good, seeing as they gave up 6 in one game. This is probably pretty bad.
Well,
Let's see.
there you
Hold
go.
on one second. Let's pull this up. Goals against, we are 25th in the league with 3.39. So we're pretty much almost even. We give up more goals than we score, though, but we're close to even. We're close to even.
You gotta be a little bit better. You want to know one of my things that I always look at when I say, gosh, is a team good or not? It's their goal differential. The teams that are plus a positive goal differential almost always make the playoffs. The teams that are below don't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way it is. And like I said, the Islanders had a nice little stretch here where they won a couple of games they shouldn't have. But, I mean, those things add up. We haven't had any injuries yet, though. Not one injury. So that's good news.
Well,
a lot of the teams aren't leaving.
You just talked it into freaking existence, Grumpy. Thank you very much.
I'm just saying that we have not had a whole lot of injuries yet. That's all. Mark Alberti says, happy birthday, Grump. Thank you very much.
All right, we're taking that happy birthday back for you talking the injuries into existence, Grumpy. It's taken away.
JP says, I will say this for the Islanders organization now. It appears to me that the organizational standards have modernized and risen somehow. I can't give you specifics as to why, but it's an impression I have. Yeah, I think that I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. But I do like the fact that there's more people involved as opposed to just the old man. That much I do like. This offseason coming up is going to be the one that I judge. I will judge Darsh not more harshly, but I'll judge what he does. I'll put more emphasis on what he does next offseason opposed to this one. He just came into the team last year. There wasn't a whole lot he can do. They drafted the consensus guys as they were on the board, which I like. I never like jumping off of, the guy they say he's supposed to get here. I'm going to take him in the first round. Remember, these are young boys. So you don't know what you're going to get. That's why it's such a crapshoot. That's why so many guys bust out, honestly, because you're so much different from when you're 18 than when you're 22. Like when they draft guys in the NFL for the most part. Basketball is, mostly about athleticism. Baseball, same thing. You're drafting guys when they're in high school. You don't know what they're going to be when they grow into be more, more an adult. And that's why so many baseball players don't make it when they're drafted in the first round because they're drafted so young. And that's the same thing in hockey. It's why, that's why it's like 1 out of 3 make it. in the first round, whatever it is. I'm not sure the exact number, but it's harder to quantify that. But Darsh, to his credit, picked guys that had slipped a little bit from where their rankings were or were right there. No problem at all with what he did, with what the scouting team did last year. I don't know what they were doing under Lamoriello, but I like what he did with that.
This next year coming up, especially off season and then the draft too, with it being a really, really heavy draft, that's going to be important, really important for the team going forward.
What can he get? What can he get for Anders Lee, JG Pajot, Tony D'Angelo, any of the other defensemen that he wants to move? I mean, honestly, I look at this defense core.
You're not getting much. The fact that they're bottom 5 in the league in defense right now, you're not going to get much.
The only guy that I say I don't think he's movable anyway, but Scott Mayfield working with Matthew Schaefer.
They're good. Yeah,
that should, and it's mostly Schaefer.
Mayfield looks slow though. Holy,
because of who he's playing with.
No, I know, but yeah, he just looks slow.
But for Matthew Schaefer's development, if they think that he's really good for Matthew Schaefer's development,
keep him.
Yep, keep him. Romanov's immovable with that.
He's stuck. Yeah,
and like I said, that's a slam, Darsh, slam, absolutely slam for that deal. Hate that deal. Just hate it. Hated it when it was done. He sucks. I'm a Romanov hater, absolutely. I've seen him play too much, and every time I see Frank Nazar scoring goals for Chicago or creating plays or creating chances for them, that's the guy we could have had, except we got that useless dog Romanov. Tony D'Angelo blows. We all know that. Now he's irrelevant. He's irrelevant.
Did you read this one, Grumpy? Did you read this one? I can't remember.
Yes, I read that one.
Okay.
And then Pulak and Pelech look like they've lost a full step, the two of them. I mean,
the defense is bad. Defense is really bad.
The defense is bad.
With the exception of one guy.
Yeah, one guy. Everybody else, if you made, I keep Mayfield, mainly because I like him, but he's also teamed up with Schaefer. So I don't have a problem with that. But if anybody offered me a good deal, that's how I'm going to judge Darsh. This trade deadline.
What he can do. Yeah. How are you going to be able to sell these guys? Can you sell them for a lot, or are you just going to take bare minimum for them?
Yeah.
Let's see you work out some deals.
This is how to me, this is how he earns his money.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, it's gonna impact the team going forward for the next 3 to 4 years.
We have 2 first-round draft picks right now. One of them is going to be top 15. Any way you look at it, it's going to be top 15.
It's not going to be number 1. I'll tell you that right now.
Probably not. Right. Why is it not going to be number 1, X?
The
No,
fix is in.
The fix is in. That's X conspiracy corner with Sun X. Everything is a conspiracy. Nothing's on the up and up. Nothing.
Pens.
Everything is fixed.
Pens are
Everything's
getting the number 1 pick.
The Penguins. I don't think the Penguins are going to get. The Penguins are really good so far this year. They'll probably collapse down the stretch.
Sidney Crosby's going to retire.
In season? You think he's retiring in season, do you?
Not in season. Season.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Tell us what's going to happen.
He'll retire soon. I think maybe he's got like a year or two left. He'll want to retire with the Penguins. They're going to need somebody to pass the torch. And guess who it's going to be? Gavin McKenna.
So you think they go from Mario to Sidney to McKenna?
Yeah.
Okay.
They need somebody to fill in. Okay, here's the thing. What happened with the Blackhawks, right? Their team was in the dumps. Terrible. They lost Patrick Kane. Oh, we need something to revitalize this team, right? We need something to bring them back to life. We haven't even selected the balls yet, and somehow we've already said that the Blackhawks have the number 1 pick. I wonder how that's even possible.
I don't know, X. I don't know.
Look it up. Look it up. You think I'm wrong? Look it up. They didn't even pick the ball yet, and they announced the Blackhawks had the number 1 pick.
I do believe that this was the first year that it was done live. Previously, it had been done behind the scenes so they could manipulate.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. So they really messed it up. They did what they usually do, which is select the number 1 overall pick.
So
instead of the lottery system that they say that they have.
So do you think that they did a Capricorn 1? That's a movie, by the way. Capricorn 1. You can look it up. Anyone older people, maybe you've heard of Capricorn 1. O.J. Simpson was in that movie before he turned into a murderer.
Truly.
James Brolin was in it. Who was the other guy? Somebody else. I don't know if it was Richard Crenna. He was in Maroon. Somebody else where they said that they couldn't.
Gary Bettman.
Gary Bettman. They couldn't land on the moon because some glitch happened. So they filmed it on a sound stage and they wanted to keep it quiet. And these guys got out and they got exposed, of course. So you're thinking Capricorn was that they filmed all different scenarios until they came up with the one they wanted and they just boop, boop, boop. They just plugged that in the tape. Do you think that's what happens?
I think that they know the team that they want. They just load that damn thing up with only those balls. And then they go, "Whoa, crazy. Look at this. Whoa, we managed to pick this one team. Insane."
Oh,
they just load, the whole thing's loaded up with one team.
Oh, okay.
Shit, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard getting those other teams to fall in line, though, isn't it? When you got those GMs there,
they don't know what's going on.
Oh, they just don't know what's going on,
or they're getting paid off. One of the two.
Oh my goodness! Here we go. This is the type of thing we see a lot.
Maybe they're going to some poker events where they get X-ray glasses. Maybe, I don't know.
Oh, now, this is the type of stuff you get to hear on the TJ and the Grumpy Old Man show on Sunday nights. Gungun says Gil Martin keeps saying the Islanders need an enforcer to protect their prize rookie. Maybe they can sign Chewbacca the Wookiee.
That's right. Can you do the Chewbacca noise, Grumpy?
Yep. I know you can.
There it is right
there.
there.
You did that pretty good. I like it.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I don't think they need to go out and get an enforcer. When you have everybody, it's all hands on deck jumping in if something happens to Schaefer. It started Detroit was the first game it started. That Detroit game. They started running him. And now you're seeing teams try to take liberties. Now he did hold Zadorev's stick. He absolutely did. But Zadorov absolutely overreacted.
He was chicken winging him with the stick and he couldn't get his arm down. Yeah. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. And then he got the face wash. And then Duclair comes in. Oh!
What happened, though? Man, the Islanders were like a pack of wolves going on top of him.
Honestly, if I was Duclair, I would have cross-checked him right in the neck and saw if
he had to jump
through his front.
He had to jump off the ground to even get up there.
He should have jumped and then taken his stick and cross-checked him right in the back of the neck, right here.
Oh man, that's not nice. See, that's
have fun sliding off the ice. Somebody will have to drag you off.
See, you get a little fist to the mush, and X says, cross-check him in the back of the neck.
That's right. Don't mess with the best player on our team.
That's the type of thing I'm talking about with X.
Absolutely.
A little cut on the finger, cut his arm off.
What have I said about teams that take dirty shots on players? I would find the best player on their team and cripple him.
There you go.
Bring back Bounty Gate, baby. Bring it back.
That is the typical X overreaction to everything.
That's not overreacting at all. It's called blood for blood.
Oh my goodness.
You hurt mine, I hurt yours.
Gunnar says, Son X, I sometimes find myself jealous of the amount of food your parents serve you at their house when you visit. So now is the perfect time for you to name 5 Islanders captains.
Flatley, Pekka, Tavares, Lee, oh shit. I'm drawing a blank on the 5th.
Who are the names you named so far?
Flatley.
Pat Flatley.
Tavares. Lee. Pekka. Who's the big one that I'm missing?
There's a lot of big ones you're missing.
Who's the biggest one?
Defense.
The big ones.
From the Glorious.
It's not Potvin.
Potvin.
Oh, it is Potvin. Okay.
Dude, you should have a list of those guys on the side of your computer. You should have a list. I can't.
It's more fun to do this every episode.
No, it's not. It's embarrassing to see that you can't get this after 8 weeks. 8 weeks. You still can't do it.
Sorry. I don't live in the past. I'm in the future. I look forward to the present.
Okay.
Why it's a gift, Grumpy. That's why
Matthew Spark said was Darsh, not Wa. Maybe he's talking about
the culture.
Okay.
Yes, and I agree. It is Darsh, not Wa.
Charles Dittmer says, Grumpy, you got to admit some of these vets are playing with some fire under their butts. Are we really playing much different than we have in recent years with the veterans? I think Schaefer's made all the difference on the team. Think about what this team would be without Matt Schaefer.
Terrible. But let me ask a question. Do you think that, and now I know that it's different in every sport, but you tend to see guys when they're on a contract season, especially like in baseball or in football, usually play a little bit harder and play a lot better. Do you think that maybe some of the vets that are on this team might realize like, hey, I'm probably going to be moved after this year, so maybe I want to play a little bit harder to earn some more money?
I'm looking at. I'm trying to think of which vets have played much better this year. I'd say Bo Horvat
That's what I was saying. With Bo
Certainly.
Horvat's played really well
and
this year.
and Henneman has been good so far. If he had any talent, considering where he's playing, if he had any hands, he'd score a lot more goals. But he's serviceable as a fourth line
Barzal's
guy.
been playing well too.
Yeah, Barzal's been okay. You expect that from him.
Yep.
Who else has really stood out on of the forward group? I don't know. I don't think anybody's really stood out. And defense, it's Schaefer.
The defense is terrible. We're not even talking about the defense. The
But
defense is not
Schaefer,
awful.
I think Schaefer is the difference. And I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's Schaefer. Everything's Schaefer. I don't know so much about the vets, but Schaefer, well, except with the exception of Horvat. I think Horvat absolutely picked his game up. Mark Alberti says, where is Shabby? Shabby? I don't know.
Shabanoff.
Oh, Shabby. Oh,
Shabanoff.
he's hurt.
Or,
He's hurt.
butchered
He's
his
hurt.
name.
He's hurt. He's hurt. Wasteland of Destroyed says, I remember how you and TJ always gave credit to Lamoriello for changing the culture of the team, and I always questioned that assumption. Okay, we questioned. People forget where the Islanders were before Lamoriello. That's the whole thing. He made the franchise legitimate again. That's what we meant by culture. The Islanders were looked at as like
Laughing stock.
Yes, exactly. But he absolutely gave them legitimacy, and they made the playoffs the first number of years. Now things didn't end well. But you can't, I mean, as critical as I was on Lamoriello at the end, he absolutely brought structure to the organization, which they didn't have, and he made them respectable around the league again just by his presence. And you can't take that away from him. Just cannot. And Barry Trotz, same thing. That was his best move, was signing Barry Trotz as coach. It's not like any of the players were his guys. Next comment, Mr. X. Big time 1972 says, where's TJ? TJ, unfortunately, can no longer do the show, but he lives right down the street from me right now, which I'm super happy about. Frank from Empire State says, hit the thumbs up. 2 thumbs up, way up, way up, way up. Please, everyone hit the thumbs up. Charles Dittman said, X. Oh, here we go. X, which Islanders Hall of Famer had a brief head coaching stint with the Rangers? Gosh, you're making me think about that now.
God. I'm gonna guess.
I don't even. I don't
Nelly.
even know. Who?
Tonelli.
No. I'm trying to think of which guy was a coach. I don't even know that, Charles. Go ahead, X. Look it up. Just look it up. Pretend like you're a host of the show and you can look smart without blatantly staring into the other computer. Wasteland of the Destroyed says, if anything, Trotz is to blame because of the preferential treatment he afforded to the vets. He was the founder of the country club. I think the country club was in place before he got here. But you cannot argue with the success that Barry Trotz had as coach. It played itself out. There's got reasons why guys don't coach or manage at places for 20, 30 years. It's because eventually the message gets stale and they have to move on. That's just what happens. I mean, but Barry Trotz was good for them. They just didn't have enough talent. And that I believe.
Peter Laviolette.
But he was an Islanders Hall of Famer, though.
He said it's a former Islanders player who went on to coach the Rangers.
I don't think Peter Laviolette was a Hall of Famer, though. He said Hall of Famer, Islander Hall of Famer.
Yeah, I don't think he's a Hall of Famer, but he was an ex Islander player who coached the Rangers.
I know he coached I didn't know he played for the Islanders. I know he coached for the Islanders. Milbury hired him.
Yeah, he was a former Islanders player, Peter Laviolette.
Okay, all right. We'll take that one. We'll take it. How about TJ? Any gift? No, but TJ's been. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. X, out of sight, out of mind with X.
You want to know what I'll tell you what I was thinking about getting you, Grumpy. You want to hear? I even talked with fiance Y about this.
Ugh. What?
Rush is going on tour and is going to be in town. I was thinking about getting you tickets.
I was looking at that, but the drummer's dead and they got some girl drummer.
And that's why don't even bother, because all you do is complain.
And I will say the prices are ridiculous for Rush.
Okay. Well, it's their 50th year tour or something is what it is, which means it's special. So it's special event.
It's funny you mentioned that, because I was talking with the warden about it, and
that's what I was going to do. Was going to go in with TJ and see if I haven't talked to him about this, but I'd seen the advertisement billboard yesterday as I was driving into work. I was like, oh, that would be something cool to get Grumpy and Warden.
The warden? Shit.
More so Grumpy, and then the warden could attend with him.
No, she would not go.
We could get her earphones and some yarn, and she'd be right at home.
Yeah.
She could bring her Snuggie.
Now, it's funny you mentioned, because I've been looking at the Rush things. Absolutely. Do you know any Rush songs?
Yeah.
Name one.
Tom Sawyer.
Right on you. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Rush is good. Now, here's a little thing. I saw Rush way back in the day at Nassau Coliseum.
Their drummer was really good. They did have a very good drummer.
Neil Peart was really, really good. Now they got some girl. I'm not saying that she can't be good. And honestly, she'd probably be better now than if Neil Peart was alive and in his late 70s. I'm just saying.
Well, it's funny that you'd mentioned that. There's another band that had a musician pass away that was replaced by a girl. You ever heard of Linkin Park?
Yeah, I've heard of them, but
the lead singer Chester passed away, and
they brought a girl in.
They did bring a girl in. It's not the fact that she's a bad singer. A lot of people are upset with the fact that she tries to mimic Chester, the lead singer's voice.
But that's what you bring them in for. They want the song.
It's not the same, though. It's not the same. And it's like they're singing, like they made some new songs too. It's not the same. It's just not the same.
You know what used to happen in the olden days? When a band ran its course, that was the end of the band. Look at Foreigner. How many? They only have one guy from the original that's still there, and he's only a part-timer. I mean, I think Mick Jones. Everybody else is gone. Even the replacement singer for Lou Gramm, Kelly, whatever his name is, he retired, and now they got a third. So they're on their third lead singer. And it's
Trottier coached the Rangers in 2002. Okay, I did not know that. I just saw it said LaFontaine. So.
Okay. Well, thank you, Charles.
Yep.
I was not getting that. I didn't even know Trottier ever coached for the Rangers. Okay, my bad. See, I can be stumped very easily also. Thomas Bach says, I'm pleased that Richie's getting his opportunity. Gentlemen, I must tell you that I was truly losing interest under Lou. Schaefer's changed all that. He's been revolutionary for the franchise. Absolutely.
And sorry, there was I was not paying attention. There were so many people in the chat who said who said it. So yes, thank you, everybody. I was not paying attention.
I didn't even remember that.
I did not see that. So
2002. Oh, I'm just thinking about how old you guys were in 2002. We were probably running all the time. Frank from Empire State says, don't look back, bro. Look forward. We have a heck of a new organization that is by loser. Yeah, I am absolutely. The past is the past. I don't look back at all. It's over. Whatever happened before, let's move forward. Absolutely. Now Darsh is in my sights. Richie's been good, says Frank. No, he's been okay. Nothing special. Nothing special. But if you want to let him develop up here, be with the guys before they trade Pajot, that's fine. My whole thing was let him play every situation down in Bridgeport and be ready to jump in when Pajot gets traded. But if you want to do it this way, that's fine too. Get him acclimated to the NHL earlier. I'm fine with that. He's not been special yet, not at this point. Frank says, Richie is here to stay, Grumpy. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I have no problem with that.
Trade Duclair for Ross the Boss.
No.
Or comparable.
No.
Now let's ask the question. Do you think the Islanders need an enforcer to protect Schaefer?
Not if everybody knows.
Buys in.
Here's the culture. Somebody touches that kid, I want you to comb the buckies with the lumber. then no.
Home the Duckies with the lumber.
That's right. That's right. Cross-check him right in the face. You don't hit our guy. Don't do it. Do you ever see anybody take runs at McDavid? Ever?
No.
No. Do you see anybody take runs at I'm trying to think of another guy who's a superstar in the league. Kucherov? Well, sometimes because he's kind of a cheap shot artist. But really, no. The big stars, they don't take runs at guys because there's immediate retribution. As long as you do that, people are not. Because here's the thing. Schaefer's not a chippy player by any stretch of the imagination. Not at all. Not
if somebody run a guy on my team, if somebody run the best player on my team and it was against the Oilers, I would absolutely take a run.
Do you see anybody take runs at Nathan McKinnon? Nope.
No. I wouldn't. Here's the thing. I would never have my team start anything, but I sure as hell would have them finish it. That's all.
That's Barkov in Florida.
You want to take a run at one of my
run at him? The whole team goes and attacks you. That as long as
I'd be swinging the stick like a bat.
As long as the team as long as the team has the mindset of we're really going to go get you immediately if you touch our guy. As long as they have that mindset, you don't need any. The Islanders are tough enough for that. Remember, fighting is out of the game right now.
You say call 3 or 4 more extra ambulances. You're going to need them.
Okay.
Oh,
Effusive Music says, in order for our worst D-men on the team this year, go. In order
best to worst D-men on this team.
Schaefer.
Number one.
Huge drop. Then I'll say, I'm going to say that it's close for Mayfield, number 2, and probably because he's playing with Schaefer makes him look better. Pellick, number 3. Pulak 4.
Romanov's been hurt so much this year.
He sucks. So I'll say Romanov 5 and D'Angelo dead last.
Yeah.
But here's
I was just saying there's not enough sample size really for Romanov as there is on everybody else.
Maybe the levels. It's the levels. Since I'm just going 6, I'd say Romanov's probably better than D'Angelo, but really they both suck so bad. It's hard. It's hard. Frank from Empire State says, yeah, Grump, I'm starting to get down on Romanov. Had 2 bad turnovers last night that led to immediate goals with Bruins. I told you. Okay. And here's the thing, Frank. You were going at me for years about Romanov and Dobson. No. I always said it was Dobson. All of a sudden, Dobson goes to Montreal. They don't lose anymore. He's the lockdown defense guy for them, him and Matheson. I mean, they're the guys they send out there in the last 2 minutes. Romanov doesn't play. He's not positionally sound. He is what he is. And the fact that he's playing with D'Angelo really hurts him. Really hurts him because D'Angelo's disgraceful defensively. That's why you're seeing Romanov get exposed. Unfortunately, that's just the way it is. Matthew Sklarov says, Grump gets some slack, X. You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Because I talk so much crap, if I say something that's not factual, call me out on it. Just call me out on it. I thought Riley.
In the words of Chick-fil-A, with pleasure. My pleasure.
You, Lex. I thought that Romanov had a goal and an assist. I was mistaken. Maybe I wasn't mistaken. And actually just saying that because
not Romanov. It was
Riley. Sorry.
Riley, yeah.
Michael Riley.
Yep.
Satan's Child says, okay, X, let's cut you slack. Something you've answered before. Name the retired Islanders numbers. Numbers?
I'm going to say 5, 9, 19, 22, 23, 31, and 91. Whoa, crazy.
Oh,
yeah, that's wild. That's wild. That's wild. Wow, man, I really named those ones off pretty quick, didn't I?
You had those ingrained in your head.
Ooh, yeah, that's right.
You see how easy it is, X, to make yourself look good?
I'm not, you know what, no, it's called falsity.
But see, see, TJ gave you that tip. He's like, X, you're the one who highlights.
Okay, but you know what? I don't know. I absolutely pulled them up. I'm not going to lie. I pulled them up.
I give you, no kidding. I give you, now see, you could have drawn it out a little bit to say you got it, make yourself look good, but I'm going to give you props for being earnest on that and above board where, you don't cheat. You just, okay, I don't know it, whatever. Okay. Frank from Empire State says, you guys are giving X-Man anxiety, LOL. No, not really. X is cool.
I'm chilling.
Islanders should have won last night. No, they were outplayed by Boston. They didn't deserve to win last night. They absolutely
It's
didn't.
the same thing, man. Every time they score, they take a stupid penalty, and then their penalty kill is just so bad they end up giving up a goal, and they just give the lead right back.
The penalty
Every
kill,
single
the penalty
time.
kill is horrible. I agree with you. X. The penalty
It's
kill,
bad.
it's terrible.
It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's frustrating. It's frustrating that the defense is just bad. Honestly, I think if they had a better defense, they'd be a top team. If I'm being honest, if they had better defense, they'd absolutely be contending in more games. Better defensive defensemen. You're muted.
Sorry, I've just been coughing and blowing my nose and all that stuff. So, Frank from Empire State says TJ's current Duclair arc. Okay, what has TJ been saying? Is there anything that you about Duclair? Anything?
I have no idea. I'm just he probably has said stuff. I don't know.
I know, like I said, he and Phil today, like 85 texts back and forth. Just one. Bang, 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 bang. I'm like, oh my God.
And
Matthew Carbone says, in Darsh,
we trust.
No, we're not doing that. Craig, the regular human bartender, says, my youngest just turned 1 year old today. The second, well, happy birthday. I don't know his or her name. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Fantastic. Congratulations. 1 year is great. Rick Roma says, did you see Zadorov called UBS a library?
Yes,
wow.
he did. Here, I'm going to pull it up. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Must have been pretty quiet in there. Well, it's not Boston. That's for certain.
Yes, this year says Nikita Zadorov via Instagram, get out of my DMs and go to the rink to cheer for your team. That place was a library tonight. And it's a whole bunch of people who I guess were just sending him trash like, don't do that to Schaefer again. Absolute pussy. You deserve to get your shit rocked. Just standard stuff.
Okay. He's playing a heel wrestling character there big time, isn't he? That place is a library.
Do you feel big picking on an 18-year-old question mark?
Now that's funny.
That's
funny. Come on, that's funny. That is absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay. Next time, boss. I don't think they play.
That guy's gonna get mercilessly booed
off
the next time he comes out there. And you know, make it even better is
if he comes like this, bring it on.
Like, bring it on. That would make it great.
Yes.
That would make it great.
I miss hockey like that, where the
or him start taking bows or something as they're booing him. That would be great.
The fans and they throw shit at him. That'd
be so good
stuff. Now you get tossed out of arena if you boo too loud. You get tossed. Just stop. What happened to the days of rollerball? That's what I want.
Yeah, what happened to the days of fan fights? Right.
Matthew Sklarf says they beat a really good team on Sunday. Mazlurkas couldn't believe he lost that game. Yeah, me neither. That was a weak goal by him. And here's the thing. But Columbus did not play well on Sunday. They came out flat as hell.
Yep.
Frank from Empire says Boston is not bad, Grumpy. They
playoff bound, baby. Playoff bound.
They suck. They're a team of AHL players. With the exception of Lindholm, McAvoy, I guess, and Pasternak. They're basically an AHL team. They're not very good. They're not. Sorry. Hate to tell you. They lost a lot of guys in the last couple of years. A lot of guys. Frank from Empire State says, Pelech, Pulak, Mayfield got to be traded. You can't get rid of everybody at the same time. Now, if you could move, and I'm going to say they keep Mayfield just because of his report. You see him talking to Schaefer on the bench every single time they get off the ice. Every single time you see him talking to him. You need somebody to guide him. And I think Pulak will get you more value. So you move a Pulak. You can't get rid of Pelech and Pulak because then shit. You can't get rid of Romanov because of that horrible contract that even
you're stuck with him. Yeah.
Even he and his agent said, we never expected that type of term or that type of money. Yeah, no shit. Even he knows that he sucks. Even he knows he sucks. He's like cha-ching. Pierre Engvall. I'll never forget that contract when he signed it. Whee! He looked like Heath Ledger in the Batman movie. Yee! The Joker smile. Yeah, he never expected a 7-year deal at $3 million per for a guy who was a fourth liner and a healthy scratch in Toronto. Where is he now? Finished.
Yeah, Big Islanders fan says they better get an enforcer on this team, otherwise Schaefer is going to get killed. He is lucky he didn't get hurt last night. Yeah, he did go down. I was worried because I was like about like 4 or 5 guys on top of him right now. I was like,
he's a boy though.
Yeah,
and,
I mean, he did the smart thing. I don't know if you saw when that happened. He kind of he's like, I'm turtling up, I'm tucking, and I'm just hoping and praying I don't get crushed too bad.
I'm jealous. He's so flexible. It's like my little granddaughter.
Yeah,
when
she didn't have like joints or anything. The way that she stands, incredible.
I mean, you know what? Anytime I get up off a couch, like, she just like, it's like she's like a piece of like pliable wood.
Me and your nephew were talking about it, how she was standing up, and it's like she was in full squat and just stands up. And we were saying, yeah, we have to contemplate for like 10 to 15 minutes to decide if we want to get up or sit down.
Roll around on the floor for a while till you reach something you can pull yourself up with. And she's, but that's what Schaefer's like. He's like a little accordion out there right now. Yep. David says, Matt Martin told Schaefer after the first game he got hit, think it was the Flyer game, if he ever sees him not throw punches back, he has to move out. LOL.
Saying learn to be a fighter.
Well, you know what? But a little bit. I mean, Bobby Orr did that. I mean, they absolutely protected Bobby Orr back in there. You did not touch Bobby Orr. You did not touch him. But he would get into fights. I mean, all you got to do is show that you're willing to fight, and you get that respect.
Yep.
But man, he's so damn young.
Yeah, it's going to take him a while.
Yeah. Go ahead. Hold on, X. I'll get there.
You're good. Freedom says, my question is for Grumpy. Is there a guy in the world who needs to be visited by 3 spirits in the middle of the night more than Ebenezer X?
Ebenezer X.
Oh, God, man.
Oh, my gosh. I love that comment.
Brutal.
Evil Again says, bring up Hunter, Drew. Jake from San Diego says, hello, Jake and the wonderful family. I'm concerned about Sorokin, but none of those goals were on Ilya last night. Yeah, they weren't.
Yeah, I just thought he could have done better on the last one. That's it.
It got outworked.
It wasn't okay. The last goal wasn't just him. It was a combination of things. But again, I felt myself that he could have, made a little bit better, like deflection of the puck off of him. Okay. He could have just kicked it out a little bit further or kicked it out somewhere else. That's all.
That's fair. Freedom Front Adventure says, I'm the visionary curve. I've been pointing out for years the NHL is an arms race minus the Islanders. Now everyone, including the national media, is talking about how the Islanders are the only team without fighters. I guess I don't follow enough of the other teams to say if they have fighters on them or not. But as long as Schaefer's not getting roughed up too much and there's immediate retribution when he does, I think that's good enough in the modern NHL. Now, you could throw an enforcer on the Islanders. I mean, they're not good enough to be Stanley Cup contenders, but you're wasting a roster spot. I mean, so who knows? Freedom Front Adventure goes, if SunX were to flex, would we need our X-ray specs? X, did you ever see that, X?
The X-ray specs?
X-ray specs? Yeah.
No.
Okay. I think he's making fun of your little goggles there, fella.
Maybe he might be. Hey, but they help me see, so I'll take them.
Okay. Frankfurt Empire State says Dallas should have kept Parson. Jerry is partners mentally with Lou. Yeah, well, Jerry Jones should not be running the Cowboys. He never should have, honestly. That was his biggest mistake, was getting rid of Jimmy Johnson because of egos. Oh, well, that's why your team's been in the, where they've been for years and years. David Sean McDonald says, hey, grumpy old man, if you're not feeling well, maybe you should hydrate with some of JT's Trader Ampule Elixir. Thank you.
And then this is something that Freedom just put in here. Says Hunter Drew is a right winger who is a good fighter for Bridgeport middleweight.
I think you need a heavyweight, not a middleweight, if you're going to bring a fighter in.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Freedom says Darce has been excellent. Even Grumpy and TJ said you have to listen to offers for the number 1 pick.
I agree.
Darce wouldn't listen. 100% correct to not to listen to Schaefer's generational talent. Okay. Listening and making a deal are 2 different things. I was on board. The one thing I didn't want was them trading down to get Higgins. Did not want.
Yes, that would have been the worst. That would have been the worst thing ever.
And they would have jammed him in this lineup, and he would look like shit.
He would have been terrible. And then he would have just flamed out and just been a bust.
I think right now he's like a point second year in college. I don't know if that's great.
No.
Freedom Fund Adventure goes, Son X and Grumpy. Eklund's entire team moved up to a higher division, so not an established group of guys used to the league, entire organization adjusting.
Okay.
The fact is he's not been great this year. That's all I'm saying. He's young. He's still a boy, too. He's 18 years old. He's still a boy.
I'm not
So,
writing him off just yet. I'm not writing him off.
Absolutely
So
not.
he's
But I'm
still
just
developing. He's still, I guarantee you next year he'll probably be a lot better than he was this year.
Hopefully.
No.
But remember, they don't score a whole lot. You don't see guys lighting it up in the Swedish league for whatever reason. You just don't. David says, fire TJ, LOL. That's fair. David says,
Fire.
hope he comes back at least sometimes. Yeah, we'd love to have him on the show.
Yep.
Those shows would be highly rated if he did come back. Fleet Dream says, TJ has every right to gloat. He's right on Varlamov with a career-ending injury. He called that immediately. David says Lou would have traded the pick for someone retiring. Yeah, I'm glad Lamorilla wasn't here to screw that up.
He would have traded the pick to get a GM job somewhere else. That's what he would have done.
Yeah.
It's a deal. It's a package. I get to leave as well.
Fleet Dream says, don't forget to smash the like button. Son X, you are improving. Good job so far.
Thank you.
Once we find something we can bring a conspiracy theory to, that's where X shines.
That's
Freedom
where I
Fund
do
Adventure
shine.
goes, I thought Schaefer probably needed college this year until I saw him skating versus all the NHL guys he trained with in the summer. Pushed the pace and they were overwhelmed. I sent several to X, but he refused to hear them.
Okay.
Thanks for the refusal.
It's not refusal.
Okay. I was in the same boat.
We were all wrong. Okay. I will admit, I will go on confession here. I was absolutely wrong. There's no way he should have played in college. He's honestly, arguably the best defenseman in the league.
Oh, he's not the best defenseman in the league.
My eyes, he's the best defenseman in the league.
Okay. I will say he's top 10.
5. I'd put him at top 5.
I'll say top 10.
So leading the NHL in goals for a defenseman doesn't mean
I'm
that
just
much.
going to say
It means
top
only
10.
top 10. Trash.
I'm going to say top 10 because there's
Trash.
some he can get out muscled. He can.
That's because he's still a kid.
No, but that's why we can't say he's number one.
He is the number one defenseman in the freaking league, Grumpy.
Freedom says.
Honestly, he's probably number one player in the league. I'm going to go on a limb and say that.
Frank from Empire State says, yeah, baby, we are scoring. My man Horvat is on fire. Okay, now he's shooting over 20%.
He's playing well.
And he's the most shots at this point ever in his career. So that he's going to cool off at some point in time.
Hey, what's the saying? Shooter's going to shoot.
Shooter's going to shoot. Yeah,
that's right.
Mehole 29 says, hate to break it, old man, but the Islanders are generating offense, but their defense is brutal. Bottom 5 bad. Sorokin has rebounded though. Okay,
You saw about improved since earlier on this year. Yeah, their defense is just god awful.
Well, it reminds me a little bit of the Doug Waite days. Scored a lot, but hemorrhaged goals.
Yep.
Patrick,
I guess that's when we had, who was it? Barry Trotz, right? He played more of a defensive system, grind it out, barely score any goals. See, okay. And now this is going to be me just as a viewer. It's more fun to watch the way the Islanders play now than to watch probably when Trotz was the coach. Even though the team was performing better with Trotz, it's more fun to watch the team now, scoring goals, not playing boring, just ugh.
I think it's more fun to watch when Schaefer's on the ice.
Oh my God, yeah. Oh my God. That's why I said he's the most fun thing to watch on the team. The best part of the team.
Drew says TJ is currently in his jail cell of a house, praying that one day his schedule isn't busy enough to reappear on the podcast today. He's working right now.
Yeah.
Drew says, happy birthday, Grumpy. Frank from Empire State says, way to jinx it, Grumpy old man.
Yeah,
I don't know
thanks,
what I did.
Grump. About injuries. We had no injuries so far this year.
We haven't
We
had
had
any.
no injuries. You know what that means, right?
Nothing. Freedom Fund Adventure says,
Lies.
what the heck kind of job can someone with TJ's looks, personality, temperament, intelligence do anyway? I thought Bucky's football coach doesn't know the game. Prison guard, PE coach. Bodyboard Curtis says, boys, can we at least agree that we're happy to not be the diabolical Rangers? I mean, holy shit, boys. Does that team suck? Big fat donkey dicks. They've lost 6 straight home games. They've shut out in 4 of them. Yeah. Not being able to score at home is mystifying to me. And you know what?
Let's go on here.
Chris Kreider, he sucks. He's finished. Moved out to Anaheim. Jacob Truber sucked. No one liked him. Go to Anaheim. Joel Quenneville, that's the coach I wanted for the Islanders. He's done miracle work with Anaheim. They're pretty good now. David says, X, make a sound effect out of TJ's reaction to the Romanov trade. You know what that one was, X?
I do remember what that one was. That was one where he referred to the trade as something not so good. Yeah, that's something not. That's why I tried to refrain from saying that. But yeah, something not so good. So
yeah. Drew says, I'll admit that the team has been playing better than what my expectations were so far. It still doesn't change the fact that Darsh must sell at the deadline. Absolutely. Yep. Absolutely.
Agreed.
Ponyboy Credit says, boys, do you think Barzal getting benched the other day, that was the first instance of that happening? I can't imagine them going to that extreme on a first defense. I don't know.
I will say if the rule was, and it was established ahead of time, if you miss training or you're late to training or late to team events, you're going to sit. If that was the way that the rule was established, I absolutely think if that was the first time that happened that he's sitting. 100% or the first time if that happened to any player they're sitting. I would 100% think that could happen. Yeah.
Show up.
And honestly, that's the way it should be, though. That's the way it should be.
Now, when
hold people accountable.
Josh Hosang had that happen, I think it happened twice before they came down on him. So, I mean, okay, you're a professional. You're one of the leaders on the team. Dude, you got to get there on time. I'm sorry. No excuse. No excuse. Drew says, Barzal's a class act man. If Barzal was named John Morant instead, I don't think he would have taken that benching so well. Yeah, probably not.
Yeah. John Morant.
Hockey players are different than other type of athletes.
Well, John Morant's just freaking, I don't know. Dude, he tried to throw away his basketball career multiple times. I don't know what his deal is.
Freedom Fund Adventure. He wanted to make sure that he knew that I was wrong, Grumpy. 3 wrongs. That's a lot of wrongs.
Yeah, you're really wrong. Like in all caps, too. In all caps.
You ever notice in cartoons for kids, they repeat the same sequence over 3 times? It's so kids get it by that 3rd time. So it doesn't do a blow-by. So he says, wrong, Grumpy. You disappointed me greatly. Team toughness ain't going to deter anyone to save the Islanders. It hasn't stopped the team in precious years from running goalies and injuring the Islanders. I don't think
previous years.
I don't think anyone's. All right, we'll just agree to disagree on that at this time. Goodness gracious, I tell you. Goodness gracious, I tell you. Sorry, you got to break that down. I used to be a Romanov defender, but I can't anymore. His contract is asking for us. Just jump on the train. There's plenty of room. Paying him a boatload of money to throw. That's right. The Romanov anti-Romanov train. There's plenty of room for passage. I've been telling you since he got here. That's what he is. I do not even hesitate to throw that back out every single show. His contract is disaster for us. Paying him a boatload of money to throw a big hit every few games and get injured. No thanks. He's a freaking albatross. Absolutely. And that was a Darsh mistake. They did not need to sign him to that term. You could have signed him to a 3-year deal if you wanted to and then move him. 8 years makes him immovable right now. Big Islander fan says, Hall of Famers X. Clark Gillies was a captain. Hall of Famers X. Well, he's also a Hall of Famer. Chester was whacked, says Frank.
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Once again, talking about Trottier's head coach.
Yep.
Drew says, I think we can all agree that Trotz is a far superior GM than a coach. Really? I don't know.
People were asking if he was being serious about that.
Freedom Fundamental goes, since TJ lives down the street from Grumpy and Doc Page, probably keeps the house stocked with expensive stuff. Does Sonex also loot their house? No, he knows it. He knows everything's free here. He goes.
That's where I do my grocery shopping.
The warden goes out and buys things that we don't even eat or drink, just in case X or TJ are coming home. Like, why do we have this shit? None of us use this. And she's like, well, when the boys come over, I want them to have what they want.
That's right, Grumpy.
Big Islander fan, the warden. What do you call the warden, X? What's your nickname for her?
The Saint.
The Saint. Very true. And she doesn't even live in New Orleans. Big Islander fan says, there were no better words than the Boston announcers saying, there goes Mayfield trudging up the ice. That describes Mayfield.
I told you, slow.
but it looks
He's
worse.
slow.
because
He's
it's
slow as
David
hell.
Schaefer. Everybody looks like they're skating in
I
sand.
think it was in that game against Boston. He had the puck where like you could have had a breakaway, and it was like I think he even stopped and was like, "Hell no, I'm gonna get caught," and just ended up passing the puck back. I was just like, that's when I noticed. I was like, "Holy shit, he's really slow."
Okay. The only thing I'm going to say is when I look at Schaefer yesterday, then I saw Charlie Mack. I'm like, man, Charlie McAvoy's a slug out there. It's because Schaefer's just so good. And I hate to gush on him on Wednesday because it usually means he's going to struggle the next game. I'm just saying. Freedom Front Event says Grumpy, McDavid, Tampa Bay, etc., all had multiple levels of guys who can fight. Same with Colorado and Florida. Islanders were always a joke of tough teams, except how and leading up to fighting night in Pittsburgh. Okay, the Islanders weren't a goon squad, but they had always had guys who were tough and who could fight.
And Frida says, Grumpy, you clearly aren't paying attention to the rest of the league. There are serious heavyweight fights every night. Brock, you are so far behind and you can't even see the curve up ahead.
Fighting's been all right. They might have guys who have little tussles, but they're not having. There's no heavyweight fights out there. How many? Rempe's a heavyweight fighter. How many fights has he been in this year? I don't know. I watch the Rangers.
The Rempe, yeah, I hate that Rempe bastard. I hate him.
Tony Bird Curtis says, is Schaefer the best first overall since Matthew? I think absolutely. I think he's okay.
I'm not an Matthews. Say it. Matthews is not a big game player.
I'm not an Austin Matthews fan.
Yeah,
I'm not.
Austin Matthews is not a big game player. And honestly, Toronto needs to get rid of him.
Well, they ain't getting rid of him.
He sucks when it comes to playoffs.
Tony Bird Curtis says, from what it looks like to me right now, the only first overall pick players in the last 25 years better than Baby Schaefer are Ovi, Sid, McDavid, Matthews, and McKinnon. Do you disagree, Grump? I mean, he plays defense.
It's tough. Yeah, it's a little different.
I mean, he plays defense. I think I'm not a fan. I mean, I think that's a fair list. I think that's fair.
When was McCarr drafted?
I think number 4 overall.
Okay, never mind. I didn't know if he was a first overall.
I think Schaefer's better than McCarr.
Yeah, I know you.
I think he's going to be better than McCarr.
I think he will be better than McCarr as well.
Okay,
barring injury, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Knock on some wood over here.
Great equalizer.
Knock on some wood.
McCarr came on to a really good team, and he was 21 at the time. He came in the first year as whatever he was, 20, after going to college for a couple of years, whatever. Yep. And then he came out just for the playoffs. And they were good. They were damn good. So it enabled him. He's not good defensively. Schaefer's better than him defensively already. He's 18. It's scary to see what Schaefer's going to be when he's 20, 21. When McCarr first broke into the league.
Not scary good. It's going to be good.
Yes, good. That's what I mean. Milo Brownie. Hello, Milo Brownie. Good to see you again. Had the pleasure of meeting Cam and Paulina Neely last Friday night in New York City. He said, that's okay that I was an Islanders fan. If only we could have gotten the W last night. I bet he was nice to you. Cam Neely seems like a nice guy. Milo Brownie adds, by the way, aren't we rooting for the Islanders to have a losing season for draft reason? Yes, we are. Yes, we are. And I think that's fair for our team. We need to rebuild our talent base. It's going to be a couple of years before we're contenders again. So let's do all we can to speed that along. Absolutely. It's going to take some shrewd signings by Darsh in the off seasons. I didn't hate the Drouin signing. Has it turned out? Probably not, but you didn't overpay for the guy and you gave him a 2-year deal. I have no problem with that. Freedom Front Bench says, Sunex, have you notified TJ that you know more about the Islanders than he does now? No, because then TJ would run him down and trash him. So he does not say that. X is good like that. TJ, he's a big shove it in your face guy. He is. Love him to death. But make sure he's going to throw it up to you when he's right.
He absolutely will.
Next comment, please. Big Islander fan says, is it possible that Lou did the contract for Romanov before he left? It doesn't matter. It wasn't signed. If a contract's not signed, that was all under same thing with the Palmieri deal. That was all under Darsh. Darsh is the guy who signed him. He didn't have to. He could have come and says, you know what? That was the last regime. Dude, we're moving on. Team's going in a different direction. That's all he had to say. It was before free agency. Wasn't afterwards. Freedom Fundamentals goes, here's a softball to our friend Son X. Who are the Islanders' top 3 current prospects not in the AHL or the NHL?
It is our top. Well, I mean, Aitchison, is he one of them?
Okay, that's fine.
Eklund. He doesn't
Eklund,
play. He
okay.
plays in the Swedish, or whatever it is,
Who
Swedish
was our
league.
first number 1 pick last year? I guess it'd be a third one. Cole.
Iserman.
There you go. Good enough.
Yeah.
Good enough. I mean, it's subjective who the top 3 are. But those
I just named those 2 because they were drafted this year.
There you go. Very good, X.
Yep.
And they're not in the AHL and the NHL. So
They are not. They are not.
And you can say that's your scouting opinion right there.
Yep. Anything? I think we're going to end the show now. Anything you want to say before we hop off, Grumpy?
Now, X, I want you to hear how I do this. I want you to hear. I say love and laughter.
I want to say love and laughter to everyone. Just
everyone who listens, and even those who don't. You see how I did that, X? See how I did that? See how my voice inflection changes?
Yeah.
For everyone who listens, and even those who don't. From Son X and the Grumpy Old Man, we truly mean that. Love and laughter to everyone. Absolutely. Son X, what do you have to say?
I want to thank everybody for coming out and listening as always. And love the interaction in the comments. And we will see you guys next time.
Next time.
Thanks, Grumpy.
You're welcome. My pleasure.